All right, we're back for our NBA predictions here for Thursday, February 27th, as we've got 5 games today here in the National Basketball Association, and we're going to predict every single one of those games like we've been doing all year long. And folks, before we get into the predictions, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily NBA predictions here on the channel. Earlier today, we posted our college basketball best bets, so make sure to check out that video, and also make sure to go check out our UFC Fight Night Cop versus Almabayev predictions with the UFC's card this Saturday in the UFC Apex in Las Vegas, Nevada. It is the final UFC video here on this channel because we're going to Greedo Plays MMA starting on March 2nd. So make sure to subscribe to that channel along with this channel that you're watching this video on as we now get on to our 5 games today in the NBA, starting things off here in Orlando, Florida with the Orlando Magic and the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors are 5.5-point favorites here on the road. Don't think it's a bad spot for them. I really don't think it is. Golden State's been playing fairly well. They've been much better, obviously, since the Jimmy Butler trade. They get Jimmy, and they've won all but one game since, obviously. They lose to Dallas, but they beat Houston, beat Sacramento, beat Dallas again, and beat Charlotte. This team is on a run right now. Again, we'll see how this team fares in the postseason. Again, they are undefeated since Draymond Green guaranteed a championship. So since Draymond's guarantee, this team is 3-0. So good on Golden State. Obviously, Steph Curry doing all that he can to propel this team to victory. But, you know, and obviously, again, Steph's going to need to continue to do that scoring-wise. Jimmy Butler, again, he has, been averaging 18 points a game since becoming a Warrior. He's very off and on, let's just be honest. I mean, I don't think Jimmy, he'll have it occasionally. I think he'll have his explosions for 30-plus points. But I think Jimmy's more of a guy, at least in the regular season. He's still only going to give you like about 16, 17, 18 a night, which again is serviceable, and especially for a guy in Jimmy Butler who is 35 years old and getting up there in age, obviously. I just don't know how sustainable this is going to continue to be. Obviously, again, the Warriors have been relying on Steph Curry for the last decade and over a decade, obviously, now. We'll just see how much Steph can continue to do this down the stretch. Again, it's been working recently. I just don't know how much farther the Warriors get with this. They have found themselves now at 8th in the Western Conference, so good on them. Obviously, they're 31-27. They're taking on an Orlando team that's going to give them a tough defensive matchup. Obviously, that's what Orlando's going to do against everybody. But you take away Jalen Suggs, Jalen Suggs is out for a while. Wait, new report on Jalen Suggs. There has been no indication that Suggs will miss the rest of the regular season. That's what head coach Jamal Mosley said. I didn't even know that was a thing. So again, I thought Jalen Suggs was out day to day, and now, well, Jamal Mosley's got to clear up. He's not out for the year, so that means, okay, Suggs is out for at least a month, I think. Cole Anthony's out for an extended period of time as well. So again, it's Anthony Black, going to be, KCP and some rotations running the one, or Gary Harris maybe. It's just, I don't know. Again, I like Anthony Black. He's a good player. He's just very green still, obviously, coming out of Arkansas a couple seasons ago. Orlando's good. Again, it's just, I don't know. The injuries have really derailed them this season. They're 2 games under 500. They're coming off a bad loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Again, we thought Cleveland was going to cover the other night in Orlando. I didn't think it was going to be that bad, though. The Cavs went at 122-82. I don't know. Again, Orlando does have struggle scoring sometimes, and this new Warriors team has actually been playing some pretty solid defense. So I am going to take Golden State to go on the road here and cover, which is surprising, I would say, because, again, I was very down on the Warriors, but they've found a way to turn things around. Are they elite in the Western Conference? No, they're not, but maybe they can potentially play their way back into the top 6 in the West. I think that's very doable for this team if they can potentially get number 6. And my goodness, that might set up for a Lakers-Warriors first-round matchup. I'm just saying. We'll see. But I think there's a definite possibility the Warriors can play their way out the play-in, especially the way that the Clippers have been playing, and the Timberwolves too. I know they both just won their last games, but the Warriors have been playing better ball recently. I'm going to take the Warriors to go to Orlando, win and cover here against the Orlando Magic. We go on to our second prediction of the day, and we go to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The Milwaukee Bucks take on the Denver Nuggets in the first half of the TNT doubleheader. No, wait, there's only one game? The Lakers aren't on TNT tomorrow? They put the Lakers on NBA TV? Really? Anyways, this is the only TNT game today. No, it's good. I don't have to hear Shaq and Chuck criticize the Lakers at every chance they get. It's great. The Milwaukee Bucks are taking on the Denver Nuggets. Milwaukee is a 2.5-point dog at home, and I get why. I mean, did you watch this team the other day? an embarrassing performance against the Houston Rockets. And it wasn't embarrassing prior to the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter is where it got embarrassing. And really how they closed that game with Kyle Kuzma taking multiple big shots to potentially win the game. Brook Lopez taking, huge threes from basically the logo to try to tie that game. Milwaukee scored 12 points in the fourth quarter, and I get it. Houston's a great defensive basketball team, but you're the Bucks. You have Giannis and you have Damian Lillard. By the way, Doc Rivers, why aren't those guys coming? Why are those guys coming in after 7 minutes in the fourth quarter? I mean, what's going on? I guess Darvin Ham's on that coaching staff for a reason, right? Just unbelievable. I don't trust in the Bucks anymore. I don't. Now I get it, Houston's a good team, but that doesn't mean I don't trust the Bucks to win, games against, the Magic. I think they can. If they get the Magic in the first round, maybe they will. That's a matchup they'll win. But I don't trust them against the good teams. And you look at their schedule, Denver's a good team coming up. They're playing the Mavs. And we'll see how that goes. In Atlanta, I think they lose that game in Atlanta. I know, again, it's just a running thing. I always pick the Hawks, but still, the Hawks are a tough team. I know they lost yesterday, but still, right? I don't trust the Bucks against good teams. And who are they playing today? A good team. Don't trust them against Jokic and the Nuggets. Hey, they've won 9 of 10. The only loss being to the potential world champions this year, the Los Angeles Lakers. Trust me, we'll get to the Lakers in a little bit. Just because I'm wearing a Grizzlies jersey right now doesn't mean I can't still talk about the Lakers. Don't ask why this is a Mike Bibby jersey. I remember buying this when I was in high school, and it was like 50% off at Lids, so I bought it. It was like $30. Anyways, the Nuggets have won 9 of 10. Great. The only loss being the Lakers. Jokic again with his 19 assist game against the Pacers. I mean, some of those were just dribble handoffs, but it's okay. It's fine. Aaron Gordon dropped 25 in that game. The Nuggets are just better than the Bucks. It's a spot where I think Milwaukee could get them, but I think the Nuggets will lose tomorrow. We're going to get to that game, obviously. Maybe I'll have a different take on that game against the Detroit Pistons tomorrow. Again, with, after watching this Nuggets-Bucks game today. But I think with Denver going to Detroit tomorrow, I think it's a really tough matchup, again, especially a second half of back-to-back. But in this spot, I do think they beat Milwaukee. I think Jokic and the guys find a way to get it done. I'm not sold on Milwaukee right now, and I'm not sold on Kyle Kuzma. I'm serious. And Chris Middleton wasn't having the biggest impact in the Big 2025. I understand. Guys, Kyle Kuzma has just been so mid for this basketball team. I don't know why he's taking big three-pointers in clutch time against the Rockets. Guy plays 34 minutes, 9 points, 1 for 4 from beyond the arc. And trust me, again, I like Kuz. I've always liked Kuz, Well, I don't know if I like him anymore. I have a Kuzma Wizards jersey, Big Kuz guy. I'm very happy what he did in 2020. It's just I don't think Kuz is the winning formula for this team. I don't think he is. I don't know. Maybe he'll improve. And again, it's just been a couple bad games, but I'm just not sold on Kyle Kuzma right now in Milwaukee. I'm taking the Nuggets to go to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and beat the Bucks. We move on to our third prediction of the video and third game of the video. We go to Dallas, Texas for the Dallas Mavericks and the Charlotte Hornets. I hate the Charlotte Hornets. There, I said it. This team, guys, since the All-Star break has played 5 games, okay? One of their games that they have played have been within 10 points. The Lakers. They beat the Lakers by 3 points. The Hornets Twitter page posts something about this team, it's special, heart emojis, after they beat the Lakers to pick up their 14th win of the season. They went to 14-39 with that win. Hey, credit to where credit is due. Good for the Hornets, they picked up a win. I'm not going to clown them on saying this team's special. I mean, the social media admin, obviously the Twitter admin didn't, they're not in the locker room. Maybe they are in the locker room, but at times. But okay, take your wins where you get them, Back in my day, I've been on my fair share of losing teams in the past, okay? I understand. When you win one game, it's a big deal, okay? But the fact that this team can't even play a close game after it pisses me off. 14-point loss to Denver. All right, whatever. They go to Portland. They lose the game by 50 points. 50-plus points. They go to Sacramento, lose by 40 points. 40-plus points. And they go to Golden State, lose by 50 points. No, 40 points, but still. 30. Still. What the hell? It's just so ridiculous. It is so annoying. I just don't understand. I just don't understand what's going on. I really don't. And it's just like, LaMelo, all right, LaMelo Ball's a great player. He hasn't done much since the All-Star break. He was very clutch in the Lakers game, but he hasn't really done much since. Miles Bridges has been playing good ball all year long, obviously, right? And Bridges has been their leading scorer recently. But again, this team's on a 4-game losing streak. They're not playing good ball, and they're going to go to Dallas and get killed. And again, the Mavericks are coming off back-to-back losses. They went to California. They lost to the Warriors. They lost to the Lakers. It is what it is. Again, they played a very good game against the Lakers, better than a lot of people thought. Obviously, Kyrie dropped 35. It was a good game for Dallas. It really was. But they'll beat the Hornets. I don't care how bad the Mavs are. They're saying, and TNT was saying, AD's come back in the next couple weeks, which is big for this team, obviously. Again, if Anthony Davis come back in a couple weeks, that's huge. And they've been, there's been rumors on Twitter that have been circulating about, hey, maybe the Mavericks go out and get a Kevin Durant in the offseason. That would really help this team. That'd be great for the Mavs, truly. But they're still very injured right now. Caleb Martin's still out. We'll see Dwight Powell, PJ Washington play. Regardless of any of that, they're still beating Charlotte because the Hornets, again, they won their Super Bowl and they don't know how to play competitive basketball since. And it's annoying. It's really annoying. But that's just how the National Basketball Association works sometimes. We're taking the Dallas Mavericks to absolutely blow out the Charlotte Hornets. The game is not going to be competitive. Dallas by a million. Charlotte's just ready to go home because they won Game 7 in Los Angeles. To the fourth game of the day. The Phoenix Suns take on the New Orleans Pelicans. Taking the Pelicans to cover, the Suns to win. It's just the Suns, man. 4 games under 500. Again, do I think that they can potentially overtake the Kings for that final spot in the play-in? Maybe, but ever since I said, I think, Phoenix can overtake them, well, Sacramento's won 2 in a row. And sure, they beat the Jazz and the Hornets. The real test will come when they go to Houston to take on the Rockets in a couple days on March 1st. We'll see if the Kings are really going to be able to become sustainable and be able to continuously win games with guys like Zach LaVine in the lineup now. The Suns are 4 games under. They need to make up some work right now. They have some work to do. They're 3 games behind Sacramento, and they've lost back-to-back games. Sure, they were very competitive in Memphis the other day. An overtime loss. I mean, how they put up 148 points, but lose. And honestly, that's been the story of the Suns season. And again, the game went into overtime at the FedEx Forum, but legitimately, that is the story of the 2024-2025 Phoenix Suns. You score 148 points, but you still find a way to lose. There's no defense on this team. Again, they've got guys who can score. D-Book, Kevin Durant, great scoring team. They don't play defense. You don't. This team has now lost 6 out their last 7 games. It's a lot. 7 out their last 8, with the only victory being on the road against a current play-in team in the East and the Chicago Bulls. Back-to-back losses on the road to Toronto and Memphis. They return home to Phoenix for a spot here against the Grizzlies. Sure, I think they probably beat against the Pels. They're coming off the loss to the Grizzlies. Do you think they beat the Pels? Probably. But at the same time, New Orleans is coming off back-to-back wins over the San Antonio Spurs, who we told you are absolutely horrible. I mean, San Antonio went to Houston last night, and what happened? They got blown out. Sure, they made it kind of competitive, and they made the score look close in the fourth quarter last night, but again, the Spurs are just bad. Again, they've just been losing, and obviously no Wemby means no wins, and they should shut down De'Aaron Fox. There's no point in playing the season out for the Spurs at all. And we're starting to get on that level of, all right, is there a reason for the Suns to continue to play this season? And should they just go into capture the flag mode? Wait, they don't have their picks. Regardless, they're just screwed. They're screwed. I'm serious. Joel Embiid's going to be a Sun next year. Probably. Durant's going to leave. They're going to have Cap. It should be Joel Embiid's team next year. I guess. I mean, guys, the Portland Trailblazers are about to catch up to them in the standings. Again, I think they beat New Orleans. They're going to get the Pels tonight and tomorrow, too, both in Phoenix. And if they win both those games, all right. They're only 2 games back of the Kings. Great. But you're still 2 games under if you win both of these. It's bad. Expect Zion to play one of these 2 games. I don't know if it's probably going to be tonight. He's not on the injury report right now, so this is the night Zion's going to play. He's not going to play back-to-back. That's just how this team functions. Okay, great. So maybe this is the game that they have a better chance of winning. And again, we don't really care who wins the game. I'll laugh more if the Suns lose this game, even though, again, I want to see Phoenix in the playoffs. I think the playoffs are more fun with Kevin Durant obviously being in it. But again, ultimately, we don't care who wins the game. The pick for us is plus 7.5 New Orleans. Hey, again, the Suns don't play defense. New Orleans should be able to score, and they should be able to score a lot. So Zion obviously should be able to really have a night. Trey Murphy's been very good with or without Zion Williamson on the court. I like New Orleans, even though they're very injured, obviously, still. I think this team can get it done. We'll see if Kelly Olynyk plays, because he's been starting for this team and actually been doing all right. Like, again, the new New Orleans lineup right now looks like McCollum, Murphy, Zion at the 3, Kelly Olynyk at the 4, and Yves Missy at the 5. I mean, one hell of a starting 5. But we'll see what New Orleans does here. I think they're able to cover this line here in Phoenix. There are better games to bet on in both college basketball and the NBA, but honestly, I don't mind plus 7.5 for the Pels, because again, the Suns can't get away from anybody because they simply put, can't play defense. So give me New Orleans on the road to cover the 7.5 points. We go on to our final game of the video, and we move to the Staples Center, the Crypto.com arena. Los Angeles Lakers host the Minnesota Timberwolves in the nightcap, 7:30, Los Angeles, California. Again, I am wearing a Grizzlies jersey, but the Lakers right now, I gotta be one of the favorites to win the NBA championship. Yes, again, the Thunder are great. I love the Thunder more than anybody else. Well, no, that's a lie. I like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I think Shai's the best player in the NBA. I think the Lakers right now, they'll have a chance to take that team out in the postseason. It's going to be tough. And again, I really want to see that in the Western Conference Finals. There's not a series I want to see more than Thunder-Lakers. But the Lakers, again, they continue to win basketball games. Sure, they came out the break. They lost to the Hornets. Okay, they've won 3 in a row, and they've won 3 very big basketball games. They win a huge game, second night of a back-to-back on the road in Portland. LeBron drops 40. They beat the Nuggets on the road, biggest win of the season. And then they beat the Mavs, Luka's first game against his former team. Now it's time to settle in and start winning some other games as well, obviously. Again, there's still some huge marquee games, right? Minnesota tonight, tomorrow Clippers at home, Sunday Clippers again, Tuesday Pels, Thursday Knicks, then in Boston 2 days after. I mean, they have got a huge schedule ahead of themselves. But the way this team's playing right now, I don't really care who's on the schedule. I'm picking the Lakers right now against pretty much everybody in the league. And again, there's a big thing when the initial Luka trade happened, obviously, and AD got shipped to Dallas. Kind of the thought behind that trade was, all right, the Lakers, and again, sure, this is a very fair point to take, and very, very fair, stance to have is, all right, the Lakers are set for the next 10 seasons. They've got their next superstar, again, Magic, or go back, Jerry West, Kareem, Magic, Shaq, Kobe, LeBron, Luka. They got their next guy, but this season, okay, maybe it's a wash, and maybe people are talking about maybe LeBron's going to get moved because it's now Luka's team. Well, no, it's been the exact opposite. This team's still set up to win. I'd say they're more competitive now. Again, I love Anthony Davis, but I think Luka gives this team life. He does. And Luka and LeBron, as we've been seeing the lobs starting to go now, it makes this team real fun. And once they haven't even gotten it completely figured out yet. There are still a lot of missed opportunities on the offensive side of the ball. Luka's mistiming some passes. LeBron still is too. When this team gets going, again, they haven't even gotten going yet, and they're playing really well. They're winning 3 in a row. This team's going to be a force in the playoffs, man. Just wait for them to get going. Lakers are 14 games over 500. They're 35-21. LeBron drops 27 in the Mavs game. Luka with the triple-double at 19, 15, and 12. Yes, the scoring isn't where it should be at, but trust me, that shot is going to start to fall as the season keeps on going. They're taking on the Timberwolves, a team that obviously they beat on opening night. They lost in the third time around in Minnesota. They beat them first 2 games the Lakers won against the Timberwolves. First one in LA opening night, second one in Minnesota. Third game they lost in Minnesota in December. The Timberwolves are still dealing with injuries. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if their guys randomly come back for this game against Los Angeles, but it looks like, Gobert is out, Randall's out, DiVincenzo might come. Wait, DiVincenzo questionable. All right, Dante has not played since the Warriors game on January 15th, where he scored 28 points. That means Dante's going to come back for this game because everyone comes back against the Lakers and is questionable. I know damn well Anthony Edwards is not missing a game against LeBron James. It's not going to happen. And is 100% playing. Okay. Hey, no Julius Randle still. No Rudy Gobert. Naz Reid always balls out against the Lakers, but that's all right, guys. Jackson Hayes, He should be able to play fairly well in Nas, but they'll probably put Hachimura on Nas Reed. I think we're okay in this spot. I really think we are with the Lakers. I think this is kind of a blowout, I'll be honest with you. I think the Lakers really take over this game. With the injuries Minnesota's got, I get it again. They're coming off a huge game where they beat the Thunder the other night. They're riding that high. This team's injured, and the Lakers are going to take advantage of that right now. Added bonus, again, I'm not wishing anything poorly on Anthony Edwards, but if Ant somehow doesn't play, the Lakers are going to blow this team out. I expect Ant to play. Honestly, I expect Dante DiVincenzo to make his return tonight as well. But regardless, the Lakers are on a different level right now. Give me the Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and the guys to beat the Minnesota Timberwolves and cover the spread as well of 5.5. And again, no dominant big on the Timberwolves, even though not like Gobert's a threat either. But there's no interior presence now for the Timberwolves. Who's their best interior guy now? Luka Garza? Yikes, right? No Gobert, no Randall. Jaden McDaniel's not going to stop. He's a good defensive guy, but he's not, he's no Rudy. So Nas Reed's in the paint now. Oh no. Lakers all day long, Luka and LeBron get it done. So folks, thank y'all for watching our NBA predictions here for February 27th. If you have not yet though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. We'll be back tomorrow for more daily NBA predictions. Folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.